Hi everyone, it's Nick here from Edinburgh Youth Theatre bringing you another free video, and today's video is going to be all about the rehearsal process. I'm going to be giving you some tips and things to remember while you are rehearsing for a show. So tip number 1, always remember to play in rehearsals. The rehearsal process is really all about playing around, exploring, finding things out and putting it all together to make the show. So this is really the time where you can mess up, be silly, find things that don't work as well or that you don't like, because this is all before the audience comes in to see it. So when you're in the rehearsal room, remember to go with your instincts, don't be shy, mess up, be silly, have fun. Tip number 2 is ask questions. Ask yourself questions, ask your castmates questions, and ask the director questions. Like I said, the rehearsal process is really all about exploring and finding things out. So this is really the time to ask all your questions. Things you're unsure about, things you would like to know about your character, the play, the world of the play, the time of the play, things you would like to know about the other characters that are in the scene with you. Any question that you do have, ask it in the rehearsals. Tip number 3, be flexible. Now when I say be flexible, I mean don't get too stuck with your own ideas and your own opinions and what you want to do. Because you have to remember that when you're creating a show, this is a team effort. You're collaborating with everybody in the room, the directors, the other actors, the tech team as well. So you have to remember that some things that you want to do might not work for everybody. And often the director might suggest that you change something that you've come up with. And it's not to say that it wasn't a good idea, it's just to say that for now, it's not working as well as it could in the scene. So the director might ask you to try something different just to see if that works. And it's always good if you, the actor, can take that advice, give it a go and see if that works as well. And often you'll just find something completely new. So be flexible with your ideas, listen to other people's feedback, and also remember that sometimes an outside eye is useful. Tip number 4, remember to act with your voice and your body. So again, the rehearsal process is all about playing around with this character that you're trying to create. Always ask yourself, how can I change my voice and body or physicality to create this character? So try different things out with the voice, try different things out with your physicality until you find what works. Tip number 5, learn your lines. Not only is it important for you to learn your lines, it's also important for the other actors in the room that you know your lines as well as possible, because some of your lines are going to be cue lines for the other actors to come in with their line. So sometimes if you haven't learnt your lines properly, or maybe you've learnt your lines wrongly, it will confuse the other actors and it will ruin the flow of the scene and they won't be sure where to come in with their line. So generally, if you try to learn your lines as soon as possible, it will make the rehearsal process much easier for everyone. And the sooner that you do learn your lines and you are off book, so you don't need the script in your hand, then the sooner you will be free to create and act and not worry about getting the lines right. Because sometimes when we're focused so much on remembering the lines and getting the lines right, we forget about our acting and we're not in the zone. So the sooner you're off book, then the sooner you can be free to act. Now I know that learning lines is probably the most difficult, boring part of being an actor, but it's got to be done. Caitlin has made another video on our YouTube that gives some really useful tips on how to learn your lines, so make sure you check that out as well. And our last tip is something which I've mentioned before, but I think it bears repeating. It's always good to remember this. Tip number 6, work as a team. Now again, this is so important because when you are creating a show, when you're in the rehearsal room or when we're in drama together, it is always a collaborative effort. That means we're always working together to create this show. It's not one person's work, it's the whole group's work. So it's important that, especially in rehearsals, you are patient, kind, and helpful, and that's going to make the whole process of creating the show really fun, and it's going to be really helpful. You're going to get a lot more from it if you're working together as a team and learning from each other. And the better you work together, the better the show will be. And those are this week's 6 acting tips. So remember those next time you are in the rehearsal room. But for now, everyone, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye-bye. And this is a message for all of Amy's secret agents. I just want to clear this up. I am 100% not the mole.